What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Donny Goines. You already know what the fuck it is. And right now you tuned in one of the illest blogs on the motherfucking website, Lifestyle Connoisseur. You already know what the fuck it is. Yeah.
State your name.
State your name, gangster. What up, yo? This your boy Donny Goines. You don't know my name. I ain't working hard enough. It is what it is.
All right. How deep are the parallels between you and the name of the author, Donny Goines?
It's a good question. A lot of people, you know, if they don't know, I took part of my name from the author, a famous urban author named Donny Goines. My name is Donny legally, but when I decided to become an artist, I wanted to incorporate my real name into my stage name, so I was thinking of like clever things that made sense. And the Goines, to me, the addition of Goines made a lot of sense because A, I feel like I'm a great storyteller. You know, I tell a lot of stories within my music. If you listen, I'm very vivid in the details and shit like that. Also, like, we also had troubled past, you know what I mean? We came from essentially the same kind of neighborhoods. We both were in the military, you know what I mean? I had issues with like alcohol and drugs and all kind of crazy shit, you know, and I felt like it really made a lot of sense. So that's why I used it.
Where did you come up with the concept for the Breakfast Club? That doesn't seem like a very hip-hop influenced movie, and you took it and you flipped it into an album.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, the Breakfast Club was the second album in the trilogy. So I knew what I kind of wanted to do when I was doing the first album, Minute After Midnight. As far as the name and the actual idea of it, it kind of came along as I was working on the Minute After Midnight album. And then the Breakfast Club made sense because besides the obvious, you know, analogy or the example of a movie, you know, basically what I did was I ended up having, instead of basically 5 different personalities in the detention hall, you had like several different personalities in the studio. That was the premise behind the album, and it was just showing that even though people might call certain people like hipsters or hip or backpacker or whatever, you all find common ground, which is the music. Essentially, like another meaning to the album is meaning like light, day, breakfast. You know, that's what it means. It means basically from night to day. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something a little more fun. That's for the Breakfast Club.
I thought we were gonna get a concept of you as the hip hop John Bender.
Oh, I was though. You see the cover?
Our cover's classic. Classic.
I was on my John Bender shit for real. Shout out to John Bender. Actually, RP John Hughes, as a matter of fact. He died, he passed recently, yo. Yeah. Dope. Legendary movie though. You can't knock that.
Definitely cannot. So where do you feel that you fit in with this class of new burgeoning MCs that are coming up?
I think I definitely have my own niche. I carve my own niche and my own style. I definitely have a place because I'm a part of this movement. Whether they want to include me or not, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I just think that there's room for everything. And you know, whereas you have like some artists that's more focused on fashion or other artists that's focused on like more political stuff, you know, I kind of have a roundabout, you know, like attitude, I guess you would say, with this music. I speak on everything. I touch on fashion, music, women, people, situations, you know, whatever the case may be. And I just really give people my story, the only way that I can give it. So that's what it is.
The album is very versatile. You touch on a lot of things. You use samples from pop culture that generally an artist in hip hop won't touch. Do you feel that maybe the fact that you're so versatile would give your fans something that they can't grasp or something that they'll have trouble grasping? Or is that your identity, being that versatile?
I mean, to be honest with you, like, many people know me from the Breakfast Club. They didn't listen to Minute After Midnight. You know, Minute After Midnight was my debut album, and that was executive produced by Donny Goines. That had a different sound to it, completely against the Breakfast Club. It was like, whereas the Breakfast Club had a lot of features, the Minute After Midnight didn't have no features. So whereas like the Breakfast Club was very light and fun, the Minute After Midnight was very dark in nature. You know, it was meant to actually go from one extreme to the next. That was my whole premise for both albums, and you gotta look at it collectively. So I figured that the people that got Minute After Midnight probably wouldn't gravitate towards Breakfast Club, and vice versa. Get what I'm saying? The third album is gonna tie it all together.
What can we expect from the third album?
I don't know, yo. Some shit I want to keep under lids, but you know, suffice it to say that this new album I'm working on right now is called Yesterday's Tomorrow. I already put the title out, so that's what it is. And it's gonna be a very, very well-rounded album. And that is the album that I want to be like my classic album, the one that I'm gearing up for. When I decided that I was gonna put these albums, I knew I had to like a lot of growth and growing that I had to do, and I wanted to like work myself up to this level where I'm at now. I think when I put that album out, it's gonna smash niggas, man. I didn't expect it. Some real shit.
How would you describe your particular style?
I would definitely say I'm very candid. I'm very straightforward with people. I'm not really the type of person that's like, I like to sugarcoat shit. That's not my style. I'd rather just tell you what it is and let you dissect the information, you know? I feel like a lot of artists, man, they don't really touch on the shit that I touch on. They don't touch on the subject matter, the realities of this game of life. And that's what separates me from the pack, you know? So when you listen to my music, just know you're listening to heartfelt lyrics and you listen to real sincerity and truthful shit.
So what can the fans expect from you in 2010?
First off, it's 20X. Number one, 20X. Expect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking over this bitch this year. We got some shit in the works. By the time this interview dropped, I'm gonna have the internet going crazy. Trust me. We got some shit in the works. So keep your eyes and ears open. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
I'm dropping it tomorrow, so you don't have too much time.
No, it's kind of crazy. But it's all good though. It's all good. We working. So I'm gonna catch up to homie right here. We good. You already know. Word.
Any last words?
Shout out to my homie Peter. You know what I'm saying? The blog. You know, I appreciate the love and support. And just much love, man. Support real hip hop.